Game Chat with One, episode 54, starting right about...
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat 1 episode. Game Chat 1 episode 54 coming at you live. Today is April 9th, 2012. It is here. It is here. Game Chat with Bwana is here. And stuff. Over at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. If you haven't been, go to live.bwana.tv. We just revamped everything. Everything's like big, snazzy, shiny, and sparkly. Tastes like strawberry candy and ice cream cookies. Cupcakes and stuff. It's nice. Go check it out, live.bwana.tv. We have revamped it thanks to our community member, Tech Niffin, who answered the cry. I went to the forum and I was like, oh, guys, I want a new pretty site. I want a new site that makes things go happy and good. And then he said, okay, I'm going to type some stuff on my computer, uploaded some stuff from PHP.368, and then all of a sudden, the site was born. It's alive! Alive! But here at live.bwana.tv and twitch.tv/Bwana, we do Game Chat 1 every Monday night at about 6 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank everybody for stopping by the live show. We are actually going to be doing a few things here at Game Chat with Bwana. You like how I did that segue. We talk about the last 7 days of gaming news. The best of the best, the cream of the crop. We scour the internets, the webs. We try to find the best that's actually out there. And we talk about those shows and, those stories. And, throughout the show, you may say, hey, Bwana, you forgot to talk about Batman getting married to Wonder Woman. I'll go, yeah. Batman marrying Wonder Woman is a good story. Let's talk about that. And then when you post it to our forums at Bwana.tv/forums, you post it up there, and then we go through those. We call those user-submitted stories. And then at the very end of the show, we have what's called Title Time. Title Time is when you guys come up with a snazzy title based on the stories that we talked about. We come up with these witty titles with these nice names. It's like EA died and came back to life as a flower. And I'd be like, that's a great title. And then we talk about it, and then we vote on the titles. And you guys laugh. And then we repeat the whole process the next week. So welcome to Game Chat 1 episode 4554. If you would think it backwards in Bizarro Land, let's do it.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch TV, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
That's my jam. And for our first story, we're going to talk about Blacklight. Blacklight Retribution. This is a new title which has jumped the gun, and actually jumped the gun on time because it wasn't early. It has really released. It has gone from beta, open beta, which it was in for the past, I don't know how many months. And it has officially released. Those guys over at Perfect World Studios have dropped it on us. I call it Perfect World, but I think the studio is actually called, Zombie Studios. And, Perfect World is actually the publisher of this title. Now, I've said nothing but positive things about the Blacklight Retribution. I've given it high accolades. I've played it on the stream. I've streamed it. I, played with the community members, and we had a lot of fun about it. And it was one of those titles that we dubbed as one of the top tier free-to-play shooters, because it gave you like a pay to, I don't want to say pay to play, but like a like one of those titles that you would buy for a certain amount of money. It gave it to you in a free package. It was well polished, had very good gun balance. Lots of people really enjoyed the the options that were given to them. In terms of customization, this was one of those games that really just overdid the customization feature. You can customize your armor, your helmets, your boots, your every aspect of your gun you can possibly fathom. And it was just a lot of different options with it. So this thing is actually out now, free to play shooter. You can download it today. Go to perfectworldstudios.com, or I think it's just perfectworld.com, blacklight.perfectworld.com. You can download it, try it out on your PC. It's a PC shooter, guys, not a console. Even though Blacklight Tangled Down was on the consoles, this one is PC only. Now, couple of things that that really concerned me. The first of which is I played it after release and I had a lot of problems. None of these problems that I had at release were there in beta. Number one, I had an extreme amount of lag. I mean, like, insane amount of lag. My pings were in the 300s, 200, 300s. That was the first major issue. The second major issue I had was they added this new thing. And I think this is a result of companies listening to users' feedback and maybe misinterpreting it or just getting it wrong. Same thing. They added this sound for whenever you tag someone with a bullet or you hit someone with a bullet or you get hit with a bullet. I think it's both. It's this ripping sound, like it's ripping through something. It's like... Problem is, the sound itself doesn't bother me that much. Is that it's extremely loud and you can't turn it down. It has its own independent volume in the game. So in that sense, whenever you hit someone, you're deafened. It's like ah, and you subconsciously miss because you don't want that sound to pierce your eardrum. So deep down inside, your body's going, okay, miss, nope, don't hit him, don't hit him. I told you not to hit him. That was a major problem for me. Now the lag can be fixed. I know the lag can be fixed because I happened in beta a couple times that there were some lag spikes and they issued a patch and the lag was gone. This sound thing, however, I think they either got to revert it or give me a volume slider to turn it down or off, because I didn't want to play the game anymore after that. I was like, I can't take this anymore. It's like punishment for hitting someone. So check it out, guys, over at GameSpy.com. They got their announcement about Blacklight Retribution actually going official, and it's coming out of beta. It's a great game. I'm just sad to see some of these launch issues crop up, and I hope they can recover, because people were telling me, Bwana, you should not trust Perfect World Studios. Don't trust them because they have good betas. They have wonderful betas, and then when they release the game, they mess it up. They find a way to mess it up. I tried to tell you, Bwana. I tried to tell you. And they're just dancing on my head going, I tried to tell you. I hope they can turn it around because this game has a lot of potential. Check it out, PC Game. Now we're going to talk about our next story, which is an MMO, also of the free-to-play world, and it has actually entered beta. It's not out yet. It's called The Secret World. Yeah, Secret World. If it was so secret, how do you know about it? Secret World. This is an MMO surrounding the Illuminati, or the I don't want to call them mythological, the I don't know, the things you hear in rumors about this secret world, secret organizations, and secret organizations that run the country and run the world. This MMO surrounding that whole premise. So you can join factions, you can wage these wars against these other people in an MMO world. Now, it's getting good feedback from a lot of users. But if you're looking to pre-order it, the pre-orders are now open. I believe the link is here. Yeah, if you go to thesecretworld.com/buy, you now have the option to pre-order the game. Now, you got to ask yourself, well, how would you pre-order a free-to-play game? This is a very popular thing that's cropping up in a lot of games now. What they do, and Tribes Ascended it, and pretty much every other free-to-play game's doing it. I mean, we were playing Path of Exile last night. They were doing it. They give you the option of pre-purchasing, or not even pre-purchasing, but purchasing in-game their gold currency, if you will. The stuff that they use that you pay real money for. They say, okay, if you buy $10 of our stuff, we'll give you a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll give you at a discounted rate. You'll have access to all the betas. You'll have a beta code for your friends. They'll give you all this stuff. You'll have an in-game pet, whatever. So that's what pre-orders are kind of for these free-to-play titles. So Secret Worlds is doing this very similar thing. You'll get all the access to the beta weekend events. And I don't think they list much else here on this particular page. Oh, yeah, you get, okay, in addition to beta access, you get early access to the game 4 days prior to launch. It's an MMO, so this is actually, you get a jump start. An in-game item providing an experience boost. Yeah. An in-game t-shirt featuring a unique monster design and a powerful pet, a ferocious wolf, an Egyptian cat, and a loyal hound to help you in combat. I don't know what Egyptian cat's gonna do. Don't know what he's gonna do exactly, but you get all this if you pre-order the game. So check it out, guys. This is over on GameForever.com. They got details about the Secret World now taking pre-orders, and it includes access to all beta weekends, and you get yourself a cat. Check it out. Next story, we're going to talk about Dark Souls. And this game is very popular amongst the people who like to cut themselves. I'm just joking. This is a game that punishes you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because you die a lot. It's one of those extremely hard games that's not forgiving. And funny enough, it's called Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. And it's coming to PC in August. Dark Souls, this is actually the name. I was laughing. I was sitting here in my chair, in my office, right here, laughing. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Woo! It's going to pretty much include what was on the console, the PS3. And they're going to add a couple of new things, though. There are going to be new bosses, and they're going to up the graphics support. So if you do want to get this for PC, you'll know that you'll be getting a little bit more than what the console guys got. Also, it's going to support the gamepad. So if you don't want to play with a keyboard and mouse, you can do that as well. Apparently, there was a petition that was up for a while. I remember seeing it on Game Chat. I think it was on the Submitted Stories or somewhere. There was a petition to get it ported to PC, and it reached 92,000 signatures. So, actually, I guess the feedback was enough for the studio to actually publish a PC port. It's going to be coming in August. So check this out, guys. This is over on GamingBolt.com. I don't know if I'm thinking out loud right here. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, because watching the gameplay of other people play it, it's a good game. It's a good RPG. Very, very, very dark and Souls. See what I did there? No, it's a dark game, but it's almost pointlessly difficult in some areas for me. I like to watch other people die a billion times doing stuff, but I'm like, I do the Picard. What is this? I don't know. It's just not for me. And I don't knock the game. People give a game of the year. I respect their opinion and stuff. But it's just not for me. That's why I never played the Dark Souls or the Dark, whatever the previous Dark game was. Demon Souls. That was the name. It wasn't Dark Souls. Demon Souls. I didn't play that one either because I kind of felt the same way. But you guys understand. Certain games are just not for certain people. Some of you hate Tribes of Sin, but I think it's the best game since sliced bread and butter and toast and pancakes and waffles and bacon juice fried up in a cake cup pot. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition is coming to the PC in August. So look for that if you guys are going to be getting it for the PC. Check it out. It is over on gamingboat.com. Now, let's talk about something cool. As if Dark Souls wasn't cool enough, right? Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2. Now, this is a game that I've been looking forward to. And I've been talking about a whole lot, mainly in the conversation regarding Diablo. Those who don't know, Diablo and Torchlight, they're both very similar. Have some history with the developers of Torchlight and Diablo. Action RTS game. Action RPG game. That's the name of the genre they're calling this now. Action RPG. It's pretty much what we old schoolers call a dungeon crawler, where you go through various dungeons and you hack and slash a billion skeletons, demons, zombies, and slimy things. And the whole idea behind these games is loot grab. You're always looking for better swords, better armor, better gear, better runes to make your character just the bomb. Very addictive gameplay. It may sound shallow, but it is so addictive, this genre. So you can probably see a little bit more why people are looking so forward to Diablo 3. Now, Torchlight 2, this is the second iteration of a very popular cheap game called Torchlight. It was like $10, $20. But you got hours and hours and hours of fun out of Torchlight. Torchlight 2 is looking to be a little bit more robust. It's going to have better multiplayer support. It's going to have a lot of other stuff that I'm not going to go into right now. But it's going to be good. Now, the reason why this story is so cool to me is because Diablo 3 recently got a release date announced. And it's one of those games that Bwana's probably, I don't know, I'm still on the fence. I don't think I'm gonna buy Diablo 3. People are like, gasp! Gasp.png, Bwana.tv. Why in the world would you not want to buy Diablo? And I would go, well, I think there might be better games out there that fit the genre. Torchlight 2 is one of them. And the other one is a game I played for 9 hours yesterday called Path of Exile. Very, very good games that are Diablo-ish games. Torchlight 2 is going to be cheap. Path of Exile is going to be free to play. So I'm like, yeah, Diablo 3's multiplayer is going to get, or PvP is going to get postponed. That was the main thing that was going to draw me to the game, and they're taking it out. So it gives me less incentive to buy Diablo 3. So yeah, basically they're going to ideally want to launch Torchlight 2 about a month after Diablo 3. And that is kind of cool. At the same time, it's kind of dangerous because, when you target a certain audience in the gaming realm and you're targeting the same genre as a juggernaut like Diablo, and you're going to release shortly after it, you kind of want to jump the gun on this to get a jump on Diablo 3 because it's going to sell probably a lot more in Torchlight 2, even though I think Torchlight 2 will be a better game. But the developer's he's quoted here, he says, well, we don't, he says he doesn't want to be the cheap alternative, simply the less expensive one at a $20 price. He also noted the game would have offline mode, which Diablo 3 won't. Modding, Diablo 3 won't. I don't know if Diablo 3 will have modding support. I take that back. LAN support, which Diablo 3 won't. And that its pacing would separate it from the competition. So they kind of want to do it right. And I appreciate that. And there's a 98% chance I'm going to buy Torchlight 2 when it comes out. Unless they say, well, we're going to release Torchlight 2 with no characters. You have to play with an invisible sword. And I'll go, well, maybe I won't buy Torchlight 2. But there's a high probability that I will. So check this story out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. Torchlight 2, it is going to be a good game. But will it be better than Diablo 3? That remains to be seen. That's going to be something that you guys are going to decide for yourself.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about Minecraft. Talking about Minecraft. Talking about Minecraft. Talking about Minecraft. Minecraft. Some fans, some very, very, very energetic fans, have a lot of energy to do this. They have created a near perfect map in Minecraft based on the game Castlevania. Watch this video when you get a chance. You'll be impressed because they have taken the levels of Castlevania, pretty much the entire game is what I read here. It's kind of ridiculous how much work went into this. But they've taken it and created a Minecraft level. Listen, and if you go to the YouTube video show notes, you can download the map and play it yourself. One of the things that this article calls for, which I agree with, is that you go get the OC remix of one of the Castlevania songs and play that while you're actually playing the Minecraft map. That'll give you that little ambiance of Castlevania while you are in Minecraft. So, yeah. Wow. It is amazing that they were able to do this. That's all I can say, really. Would I be able to do this? Probably not. Even for my favorite games like Super Mario Brothers or something, I just don't have the patience, man. I can't do it. This is something that literally would take months and months and months. Months and months and months and months of work to accomplish. These guys have managed to pull it off. Check it out. This is over on escapistmagazine.com. Watch the video, download the map if you got Minecraft, and check out this Castlevania remake within Minecraft. Now, let's talk about another Minecraft-related story, which is not related to Minecraft, but kind of related to Minecraft, but not related to Minecraft. Notch, the creator of Minecraft, which is no longer the lead developer of Minecraft, but is overseeing Minecraft stuff from far in Minecraft land, and now run by Jeb in Minecraft and Minecraft. Notch has been working on a new game. And this game, he's been hyping it up on Twitter like crazy. Crazy. And he finally has given it a name. This name is called That. 0 by 10 to the C power. Yeah. It's going to be a very, 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 very hard science fiction game. And by hard, we mean difficult. So what it seems like, based on what I've been reading and what I've been following on the Notch, it's going to be something like a space trading game. Kind of like Trade Wars of old. If you guys have played Trade Wars, you know, it reminds me of that. But he's going to have a lot of complicated simulations within the game. For example, within the game, you can construct your own computer. It's going to have in-game computers. And you'll be able to program emulated 16-bit computer processing units that will power your ship. Yep. It's where the creativity comes in. This is kind of where the Minecraft spirit influxes itself into this. One of the quotes that I really, really like about this is, "I won't stop viruses. The players will have to do that themselves." Now, can you imagine a ship roaming this universe, and if you come into proximity with it, it will automatically hack your ship, take all your items, steal your character name, and leave you with nothing? You know players are going to be gunning for that. So, this is something that he's been hyping up. It's going to have a lot of things. I like the storyline too. It says it's going to involve a group of humans who were accidentally, accidentally put into extended deep sleep in 1988. Whoop, I slipped and fell into this cryogenic tube. Oh no, why am I here? And woke up more than 281 trillion years later. The universe is described as being on the brink of extinction, and users take part in the space battles, looting, trading, and planet mining operations. So this looks like it sounds like a fun game, but if you're not into science, if you can't brain that often, if you don't have patience, you might get turned off by this game. Just because it's by notch doesn't mean that if you play and you like Minecraft, you're gonna like this. You know, this sounds like for the hardcore science fiction nerd. You know, you can see NASA scientists playing this. Well, I got my ship up to 79,000 parsecs, constructed my 16-bit processor, and now my ship is just self-propelling itself to planets to mine minerals and find what's efficiently. I'm trying to level up my droid to level 54. I've got it up to level 13 manually, but I think if I can get this processor to properly mine the right thorium to find my, to get my droid and level some hey. Minecraft Maker reveals new hard science fiction game called 0 by 10 with a C power. Check it out, guys. This is over on BBC.com. They got the details over there. What's up, lefties? Lefties, raise your right hand. Lefties in the house. I'm a righty. You're a lefty. As we called you in elementary school. You're a wrongy. Wrong. Oh boy, Razer has finally answered the call of all you left-handed people who wanted this mouse right here. This is called the Razer Naga. The Razer Naga. It has buttons on the side. See the buttons? It's got buttons on the side. And it's made for right-handed folks. Right-handed people. And if you are left-handed and you want to use those macro or the buttons on the left side of the mouse, and you want them on the right side, you're out of gas. But there was pretty much a big outcry on Facebook. They received more than 10,000 Facebook likes on this particular protest called "Left Hand Raiders Unite." With this overwhelming response to the Facebook fans, Razer has planned to release a left-handed mouse on a Naga. So, you MMO players, you MOBA players, you Diablo players who are going to be using the Naga. I love my Naga. I use it for a lot of stuff. I'm trying to use it more. I don't use it for shooters, though. I use my Logitech G5 for my shooters. But the Naga is good for those where you have to press a lot of number keys a lot. For those types of games. So, you left-handed people may be getting a Naga within a year. They say it's going to take about a year to make it. It's going to feature 17 buttons, 5,600 DPI. That's got a lot of zeros in this article. I think it's a typo. And maybe 200 inches per second max tracking speed. So, highly recommend the Razer Naga. It's a good mouse. Check this story out, guys, over on GadgetMasala.com. They got the details over there.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Mass Effect 3. Ouch. Mass Effect 3's Resurgence pack. DLC is free on April 10th. Now, those of you who follow my YouTube channel, you know I've been playing Mass Effect 3. Still been playing the multiplayer portion of this. And I've been having a lot of fun playing it, leveling up, getting these packs, getting these Spectre packs, getting these premium Spectre packs, veteran packs to unlock guns and characters and whatnot. So the new DLC is coming regarding multiplayer. This is going to be strictly multiplayer related, which is going to give you a bunch of new stuff, which is detailed in some of this on this article. 6 new characters. You get a Batarian soldier, Sentinel of that Batarian race that I just mentioned, a Geth engineer and infiltrator. So that's going to be cool. This one does not have a race. A Krogan Battlemaster Vanguard. See what I did there? Big stupid jellyfish. A Krogan Battlemaster Vanguard. And an Asari Justicar Adept. These are going to be the characters that are going to be added in this DLC. Krogan Vanguard's probably going to be the more popular one because Krogan and Vanguard go together like peanut butter and jelly. There's a trailer up here which details a lot of stuff. There's also going to be some guns, I recall. Yep, there's going to be some new guns. And all of this is going to be free. Now, free always has a catch. Bill Cosby used to say it's all pudding pops. It's always a catch. These are going to be random items in what I like to call the Mass Effect hat system. Because Valve has created the hat system with keys. But you have to buy the keys at Valve. Here you don't. You use your in-game credits. You use your in-game credits to buy these packs. They're called Recruit packs, Veteran packs, Spectre packs, and Premium Spectre packs, which is a temporary one. You use your in-game credits that you earn from completing levels with your friends in the co-op multiplayer to buy these packs, and you open the packs and you don't know what's in them. It's random things. So, just because you get this DLC does not mean you're going to get these characters. So let's set that expectation right about there. You're not just going to wake up Tuesday and launch Mass Effect and have these characters. No. Thought you were going to have characters. You better get those credits saved up. This past weekend they had a double XP. Or was it 1.5 XP? Some XP boost this weekend on Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I played some. Part of me wanted to save up credits for this so I can buy all these different Spectre packs and things like that to hopefully get one of these new characters. But I spent it all. Yeah, I couldn't hold back the urges to buy the packs. So keep that in mind, guys. With this Resurgence pack comes out on April 10th, which is tomorrow, actually. Know that you won't have it day one in terms of unlocking the characters. You got to work for it. You probably got to finish. I'm imagining you're going to have to finish the levels. There's like 10 waves. You're going to have to finish it about 20 times to get everything. And that's being generous. Yes. You gotta work for it. That's the point. Check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got the details about this. Now, if you don't want to work for it, you can always whip out that credit card and pay cash money. Because these packs can also be bought with BioWare points, which you can buy with real money. But you guys aren't interested in that. Nah, you're not going to do that. Nah. This crowd won't do that. So check it out. This is over on joystick.com. We got details over there. Now. Okay. BioWare announces something. Now, all that outcry that we had last month about the Mass Effect 3 endings, you know, people were screaming left and right about the endings of Mass Effect 3. And BioWare basically just said, we're not going to say anything until April. So here it is, April 5th. And BioWare has announced that another form of DLC is coming this summer. And it's also going to be free. For now. Trophies. What they're calling this DLC is the Extended Cut DLC. Now, this DLC is aiming, according to the wonderful people at EA. I hope I didn't say Valve earlier. I feel like I got Valve in my brain for some reason. Like the guy in the beginning of Valve and stuff. He says, the Extended Cut, this is a statement from the studio, actually. It says, BioWare strongly believes in the team's artistic vision for the end of this arc of the Mass Effect franchise. Think about that wording a little bit before I move on. The end of this arc. Story arc. The Extended Cut DLC will expand on the existing endings, but no further ending DLC is planned. So that first part of that statement leads me to believe that there's going to be more story arcs, because it's at the end of this arc. So I'm picking apart their words. And the second part, you know, I kind of expected that we're going to get some more cutscenes, essentially. So what it will do is expand on the ending by creating additional cinematics and epilogue scenes to the existing ending sequences. The goal of these new scenes is to provide additional clarity and closure to Mass Effect 3. So this is going to be a free download for PC, PS3, and 360. Yeah. So my attitude and my feeling towards this is that I don't think this is going to make any difference. And that's not being pessimistic or realistic. I just think that the endings themselves are what people complained about. Expanding on those endings is going to satisfy probably a small population of the Mass Effect 3 faithful. The ones who wanted to know what happened to Tali and what happened to, Liara, and what happened to, the Prothean, and what happened to, why was the freaking Normandy jumping, going where it was going? Why was all that happening? Those people may be satisfied because they just want to know what happened to everybody. But the people who are just like, why did you blow up all the... Spoiler alert, sorry, didn't say it. Why did you blow up all of the mass relays? They can't get off Earth. Those people are probably not going to be satisfied by this. Because it's going to be the same ending. Just going to be explaining stuff. So they might add a video and say, well, somehow the Batarians on Earth invented a cross-universe device not based on mass relays, but based on dirt. These dirt transporters can move everyone from one part of the universe to the next. Yeah. Those folks are probably not going to be satisfied. So don't get your hopes up is what I'm trying to tell you. If you are really, really against the Mass Effect 3 endings, you're really against what BioWare and EA did, this DLC, I fear, is not going to help you at all. I fear it isn't. But it's free. Hey, we will just wait and see what happens, right? It's not going to be terrible. Or is it? Yes. The world may never know. Now, it's going to be an interesting time because summer, this June-ish, August frame, it's going to see a lot of new titles and a lot of new stuff before the big holiday push. You know, a lot of people don't like releasing games over the summer, but some do. We've already talked about a couple that's going to release this summer. They're going to want to get people interested in Mass Effect 3 again. Because right now they're getting some really good PR from all the negative press. So everybody's talking about Mass Effect 3, which means that people are probably still thinking about buying it. Even though they hate it. And somebody says, well, is the ending really that bad? You know, if people are still talking and thinking about Mass Effect 3, the PR folks at EA are happy. And I ranted about this a while ago, how this is perfect PR for them. Negative PR is still good PR. Especially if you want people to talk about your game. Especially when you got 1 billion pre-orders too. You can afford to do that. Now, they're going to want to inject new life in the game around summer. So, I don't think this is going to be the only DLC that's coming. I think this extended cut is going to be just like what we saw this Tuesday. It's going to be like a free download to add more stuff. This is just going to be more cutscenes. But I really think around that time, there's going to be something else. But we don't know what it is yet. I really think it's going to be something else. But that's just a gut feeling of mine. So check it out, guys. Eurogamer.net. They got details over there about this Mass Effect stuff that I just hate talking about. It drains me. It drains me. But hopefully it'll be resolved at some point. And people will say, hey, remember that Mass Effect 3 story? And I'll go, no! I don't remember it. I have conveniently forgotten all of it. You jerk. Eurogamer.net has the details. And you over there. Now, good news, nobody. This past weekend, we experienced PAX. PAX, Pity Arcade Expo East. It's held in Boston.
But unknown surface contact, 8,000 yards.
What?
Incoming, incoming!
I've got a Rogan!
They're gonna kill us all.
I've got a Rogan! I've got a Rogan!
Who talks like that?
Ah!
Battleship in cinemas Wednesday.
You did it! You. Big. Stupid. Jelly. It was this story that did it. Oh. Roll over to expand. No. Roll over as they're evil. Okay. This past weekend. You didn't see nothing. This past weekend, we had Penny Arcade Expo in Boston. And there was a lot of news, man. That's why this show's so big, because companies were coming out left and right, announcing new stuff, release dates, posting new trailers, showing new gameplay. Man, it was an amazing event. A lot of it was streamed over on Twitch.tv as well, and I was, following a lot of what was happening. But the main thing that I wanted to see was this: Borderlands 2. We got to see some of the first real gameplay of Borderlands 2 at PAX. And I really was impressed. I saw the stuff and I was like, Miss Lady on the camera, will you please stop forming words with your mouth and receive my dollars? Or in layman's terms, shut up and take my money! I was throwing money at the stream and it's no effect. But they revealed a lot about Borderlands 2 at Penny Arcade. Most notably, the thing that I really think that's going to be funny is you'll be able to customize your characters. They're introducing a new aspect of the loot in the game, which will give you skins. And you will get customizable heads. Which means you will get hats. 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 We will get hats. In Borderlands 2. Now, they showed a lot of stuff. I mean, there was the gameplay. We got to see the dual-wielding guy. I keep forgetting the class name, but I just call him the dual-wielding guy. Very, very effective. Very strong guy. One of the things that was announced late packs was this new character. This new character that's coming, which is called the Necromancer. The Necromancer. Now, this is kind of bittersweet. Because the Necromancer is going to be DLC. And this DLC has been announced to be released within 60 to 90 days of the game launching, though nothing concrete at this time. So you just ask yourself, you sit there and you look at it and you go, well, why in the world would you not include this character in the game? And, you know, there's several answers you might get thrown back. But at the same time, as a gamer, you really got to look at your intelligence. You go, do you really think I'm that stupid that you guys could not include this character in the game from launch? Come on. I mean, they're insulting our intelligence by telling us that this is a post-release plan to introduce a major character. And here's a screenshots of this new Necromancer character, which looks very, very intriguing. It's going to have a companion called the Death Trap, a robot companion. So it looks like a cyborg character. But the part that gets me is that, oh, if you pre-order the game, you get it free. And it's this trend, man. This trend is just continuing and then continuing. EA got a lot of flack about their day one DLC stuff. Even though this is not going to be day one DLC, it's going to be DLC after the game launches. But you're getting it for free if you pre-order. I don't know. Now, those of you who don't pre-order are going to have to pay for this woman. Although they haven't announced prices, but something tells me you're going to have to pay for it, especially if they're saying, oh, you'll get it free if you pre-order. But if you don't pre-order, nah, don't worry about it, because, yeah, by then you'll be willing to give us more money. Now, is 2K going to get flack for this? As much as EA got for their day one stuff? Even though, you know, 2K's isn't day one. But it's still, like, announced DLC before the game is even out. So immediately your mind just goes, well, why not just release it with the game? It's not ready. Well, the game's not ready. Very disheartening because I was so, like I said, I was really throwing my money at the screen wanting this game. But when they dropped this bomb about this new character, I'm like, man, I'm so sick of this trend. I am so... I am so sick of this trend. And, you know, I'm not going to knock... Not going to knock... Not going to knock the game too much. But I'm not a fan of this trend. And I don't know how else to say it because it's going to get worse. When I say trends, I mean that this is getting us conditioned to this process to where we're going to be given segments of a game. Like we'll be given half a game for $60, which I think we're getting that now. Half a game for $60, and then we'll pay $15 increments to get bits and pieces of it, sort of fitting that agile development model. But we're going to be paying for it. And in essence, what used to cost $60 is going to be like $150 total cost over a year's span. People are like, that's never going to happen. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. And it's not something you want, but 5 years from now, we'll come back to this game chat and let's see if this was actually an accurate prediction, because I don't want it to be, but I can definitely see it going that way. So check it out, guys. Good news about Borderlands 2 is awesome. Great looking gameplay. Characters look great. The guns look awesome. Oh my goodness, the guns are completely awesome. And we're getting customization, but the DLC kind of puts a damper on what all the good news was. So check it out, guys. They got the details over there.
Tune in to all things Bwana throughout the week on live.bwana.tv and on justin.tv/Bwana.
Okay. Let's shift gears and talk about the PlayStation 3 a bit. PlayStation 3. Now, we don't talk about this very often here on Game Chat, but, you got video components on your consoles. Things to watch streaming video. The most popular one being Netflix. But Netflix is experiencing a lot of kickback and a lot of flack lately because they're not keeping their titles up to date. Their service is lackluster lately, and people are basically quitting the service. I've discontinued my service already. But Amazon Instant Video, which is not widely known amongst a lot of us, is getting more popular, and they're adding more content. Now, if you're already an Amazon Prime user, you get full access to these videos, included with your subscription, with your membership. And, I was very happy to see that Amazon Instant Video just pops up on PlayStation 3 out of nowhere. If you go to your cross-media bar, you'll find an Amazon install link. It'll download some files, and you'll have an Amazon section on your PS3 for instant videos. So if you're tired of Netflix, but the only reason you're keeping it around is because, I like to watch movies on my PlayStation 3 every now. You might want to give Amazon Instant Video a look on your web browser right now and say, if I get this on my PlayStation, can I live without Netflix? That's a great question. It's only a 19 megabyte download if you go to Cross Media Bar and install it. So, I just, wow. PlayStation 3 gets Amazon Instant Video. You got to wonder if the 360 going to get it? Is the Xbox 360 going to get it? Maybe is the Wii U going to get it when it comes out? Because Netflix is on a nosedive, guys. They're really going under. So it's something to consider. Definitely should at least go to Amazon's video site, check out their selection, and see if that's stuff you will watch. So check it out. It's over on joystick.com. They got the details over there. Now, next story. Sony has a new title that is going to be coming out, and is a rumored title that's going to keep it's going to kind of be like Super Smash Brothers on the Wii and on the GameCube and those systems that the Super Smash Brothers series was on. Where you got all the different all-stars of the best-selling games and you put them in a battle royale and have them fight. So they're going to try to do something similar for the PlayStation characters, but they're trying to find a new name. And according to the survey, then one of the names that was pitched is the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I don't know about you, but that's kind of long-winded. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah? Would you like to play PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale? What? Would you like to play PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale? No! That conversation took 16 hours longer than it should have. It's kind of a long name, is my point. Yeah. I wouldn't call it that. You know what I call it? Blood. PLBR. PlayStation Battle Royale. Sony, you listening? Hey, Jimmy, you want to play, bruh? Yeah, let's play. I think it'll work. I'll send you a bill, Sony. Check it out. This is over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. They got the details over there. And for our final story, oh my goodness, we're an hour into this show, and I'm still on my stories. Tons of new Halo 4 GI details revealed. Game Informer magazine. This is a lot of information. And guys, if you don't want Halo 4 spoilers, tune out right now. Because there's a lot of story-related spoilers in this article. So, yeah, you might want to be careful. Now, here are some of the details. Halo 4 will be running at native 720p with full-screen anti-aliasing. It's going to be set in the year 2557. 4 years, 7 months, and 10 days since the FUD was split into two. And the finale of the events of Halo 3. So it's like 4 years and some change later. A new HUD has been there. The characters are now being animated with the assistance of motion capture. So if you played Uncharted on the PlayStation 3, you know how much that adds to the immersive effect of the games. Because the characters look like they're moving in realistic motions, and you feel like you're part of the game. So motion capture is definitely going to be a part of this. Some other things. Cortana shows a new visual identity, so she's going to look different. The Covenant, at least elites and grunts, return, but they're not the primary enemy. La la la. But some of the multiplayer components, multiplayer directly and indirectly ties into campaign. Where have we seen this before? Multiplayer directly and indirectly ties into the campaign.
I don't know which game did that already. It's one of those. I think it was Glass Nsect free. Yeah, it was a free version of Glass Nsect that did this. Multiplayer tied into the campaign thing. Yeah. More stuff. New co-op mode called Spartan Ops. Up to 4 players in online campaign-esque missions. Kind of like a co-op thing. Spartan Ops, blah, 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 blah. Loadouts are composed in multiplayer. This is multiplayer stuff. Loadouts are composed of a primary and a secondary weapon, a grenade type, armor ability, and modifications. So I think we talked about the perk system here in Game Chat before. Free-for-all variant. Team Slayer. Players can respawn instantly after death if they choose. I think they have a thing in here. I don't know if I read it. But they said that you'll be able to join matches in progress. So if someone quits, you don't have to kill the match. Somebody can join the match in progress. Spartan Points is a new currency system. You can buy things such as armor abilities, and missions. And let's see, Sprint. They added Sprint to the game, but it is a standard armor ability. You don't need to pick it up. So Sprint's going to be in Halo. Forerunner Vision. There's just a lot of stuff in here, man. Elites not returning multiplayer grenades, firefight. Wow. No more weapon camping, no more respawn delay, and join in progress. So there's a lot of information here regarding the Halo 4 details. I think we talked about the graphics here. That's that screenshot where we talked about in the last Game Chat. So the Bungie-less Halo is looking beefy. We'll see how it turns out when it is released. And that concludes all of my stories that I have. We're going to go ahead and move on to our user-submitted stories that you guys have submitted over on our forums at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Head over to Born.tv/forum, sign up for our forums. You can check out all the great stuff we talk about over there. And you can also submit stories for our game chats that we do here at live.born.tv. So we're going to move on to our first set of links, which is a spoiler. Oh boy, this is Sir Soapy, the king of spoilers. This weekend was IPL. Let's see what the spoiler is. If you don't want to know the spoiler for IPL, shut your ears and cover your eyes. Quit. Once again, a spoiler's in the link. Okay, ready, games were cool, so I don't want to spoil it. Okay, go. IPL 4. This is the IGN Pro League. For those of you who don't know what that means. A-Live. Fnatic A-Live takes the championship and wins $40,000. IPL 4, man. They're paying out some massive money for these StarCraft guys. Whew, man. He went up against Squirtle. That is his name. The Pokemon. In the finals. He had a huge run in the tournament. And it looks like he beat Lean. Let's see. Lisa. He beat Squirtle. These are the map choices. I thought that was the people he beat. Here's the final standings. Squirtle. Let's see. Nesty came in third. Look at all these Korean flags. Yeah, I think Korea's dominating StarCraft, folks. Stefanos is the lone non-Korean flag, or what we call foreigners. Yeah, foreigners of StarCraft. He came in fifth. Or 5-6, whatever that means. And he won $4,000. Marine King Prime. MMA is in here. The lone U.S. flag, Hydra, comes in 17th place and wins $1,000. I only won $1,000. Man, my life is miserable. I'd take $1,000 for playing some StarCraft. Man. But it was a very, very eventful week. MC came in 13th, 16th place. Wow. But that is a huge purse, $40,000. That's up there with the top GSL payments. I think they were like $45,000, $50,000. IPL 4, man, this is an IGN-backed thing. There was a lot of League of Legends tournaments. There was a lot of StarCraft stuff. A lot of things going on in IPL. Very, very fun event. And congratulations to Fnatic A-Live for winning IPL 4. Thanks for the link, Sir Soapy. Next story comes from TechNiffin. Sony confident that the PS4 will go on sale before the new Xbox. They are confident. Oh boy. No ad. No ad. Please, no ad. All right. What? Why you no honor my plus sign? There we go. Forbes says, or VG247 is reporting that sources have told them. Wow, that's Forbes says that VG247 is reporting that sources told them that the PlayStation is confident their next-gen console will be released prior to the Xbox 720. Just made up a name for the next Xbox and the PlayStation. Sony are completely in belief that they have the jump on the Microsoft this time. You should be watching the timing of next year's E3's keynotes and who got to go first. Top-line publishers already know about it. Developers working with the publishers, like Ubisoft, for example, already know what's going on. So if you don't remember history, the Xbox 360 is still enjoying a lead on the PlayStation 3, mainly because they got a year's head start. And they got a lot of bad press because of that, because a lot of people felt that they rushed the platform out, which they did. You remember the Red Rings of Death. You remember all the instability that the platform had during its first couple of years, and they've been since fixed. But that year really got them into that Sony PlayStation 2 user base, and I don't think the PlayStation 3 has recovered since. Fully recovered. Now, they have PlayStation that's made huge grounds considering huge grounds considering the lead that the Xbox 360 has on them, but they still are in third place. So yeah, they're looking to get that start. They're looking to get the jump on the Xbox this time. Thanks for that link. All right, Portal's test chambers recreated to scale in Minecraft. I think a lot of us have been looking for this since the classic days when we saw the first set of Portal mods. We're like, hey, let's create the entire Portal game in Minecraft. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, guys, I gotta go eat dinner. Never came to fruition, but this is a group that has, let's see, you can download the mod. There's a mod that's required, and then you can get the map. And you can run through the classic Portal levels as seen in this video here. Looks like the mod that you're using is the Portal Gun mod. I am familiar with that mod. But yeah, congratulations to these guys. Full-blown Portal remake in Minecraft. And we talked about the Castlevania remake earlier. This guy's just got a lot of time, man, to do this in Minecraft. This stuff's not easy, especially if you do it to scale. Thank you for the link, Techniffin. Now, Murray, Journey composer joins up the band with the Banner Saga. I'm assuming this is the PSN title, Journey, which has some excellent music. The Banner Saga. Have you seen the Banner Saga on Kickstarter? No, I haven't. Before you run off and mention the K word, know that it's already surpassed its pledge goal. And more importantly, it looks ridiculously good. Turns out people want a well-animated turn-based RPG centered around a mature Viking tale. That is the most excellent sentence that I have ever read. Now, I was going to go over to that Kickstarter page and see what the game was about, but that one sentence saved me. That one sentence is epic. A well-animated turn-based RPG centered around a mature Viking tale. All points. So, having brought in so much extra funding, developer Stoic, and expanding the scope of the project, they brought in the Journey composer Austin Wintory to score the game. Gosh, man. They got the right one because that Journey composer guy, he's pretty awesome. So if you guys haven't, check out this link. It's on the forums. And it looks like they had a $100,000 goal and their Kickstarter is all the way up to $500,000 already. Yeah. Whew. These Kickstarter man, people, you guys are throwing your money at these gamers. Thanks for that link, Murray. Next one, UK game stores saved from complete annihilation. Is this game? Yay! Yay, game! British video game retailer game is still an ongoing concern thanks to efforts. Private investment firm Op Capita, now the proud owner of the 333 remaining stores throughout the UK. We talked about game about 3 shows in a row, how they were in trouble, and then we finally talked about how they are they're pretty much out of business. And yeah, they went to administration. We talked about that. But yesterday, investment firm Op Capita stepped up to the bat, purchasing the stores for about $80 million US, and it saved the jobs of 3,200 workers. That is awesome. So all those people who are without a job, hopefully, have all gotten their jobs back. So cool. Op Capita rolls in and saves the day, and game lives to fight on. The game's not over, folks. The game is not over. Thanks for the links, Murray. First time contributor, you did an excellent job. Next story is about Sarams, that big stupid jellyfish. GTA 5 release date leaked. Okay, that author photo. He's got the dubstep guy smile going on. Yes, yes. Oh, man. All right. GTA 5 is getting anything, blah, 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 blah. It includes a release date of said game, blah, 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 blah. What's the release date? October 2012. That's the only date I see in this article, so it looks like that's it. Now GTA made the CV, given in the date, oh, it went on the CV of the animator. He listed Grand Theft Auto as one of his shipped titles, giving it a date of October 2012. So somebody posted their resume and lied. Oh, boy. How are you going to put a future ship date on a game of a resume now? Come on, man. But it may be true. Maybe true. Maybe that was their internal release date. So we got some more juice to fuel this rumor that GTA 5 is coming out this year. October 2012. All right. Cool. Wasteland 2 Kickstarter surpasses 2 million. Here's another Kickstarter. And this is Wasteland 2. We talked about this on the previous game chat. And wow. Any funds exceeding $2.1 million will continue to go into development, and should the campaign hit the $2.5 million, another couple of designers could be brought on to help create more areas. So, oh man. So apparently this thing is well funded to get released. Now, all these Kickstarters are awesome, and you guys are throwing your money at them, which is cool. But now I'm starting to think about the flip side of things, and what if they fail? Because projects get behind, and they're usually funded by, bigger companies, and a lot of times they go and ask for more money. A lot of times they go to their project managers and say, well, we need another $500,000 to finish this project. What if these Kickstarter projects need more money? Is there something to, protect you from that if you invest in it? Makes you think. Now, I'm giving you my money. You better finish it on time. Makes you think. Because I don't think these guys have to answer to the donators. I don't think there's any contractual thing that says we have to ship this game on time, or we have to ship it with the amount of money you've given us. Makes you think, man. Makes you think. But congratulations to Wasteland 2. They have knocked it out of the park. $2 million. A lot of money. Thanks for the story, Sir Roms. Next story is Fish Twit. Them twits of fish. Black Ops 2 logo allegedly leaked, including debut release trailer. There you go. There's the logo. And the only thing different is the number 2. Check out the image below to judge for yourself. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 revealed trailer is coming 4/28/12. So at the end of this month, we'll see a reveal trailer, which is kind of in line with the other, early sneak peeks of the COD games. Call of Duty 9 has suffered a number of leaks recently, including the confirmation of his name, along with the release date, as well as some multiplayer information that we got a hold of earlier. And we talked about this, I think, in the previous show. So now we've got the logo and we've got a reveal date trailer. Thanks for the story. Star Command beams in this summer. Star Command beams in this summer. Star Command is estimated to launch this July of August, according to the co-founders of developer War Balloon. The game, which had its first public showing this past weekend at PAX East, will launch with the Rise of Antorian's story, followed by the Cortexian campaign in October. PAX East demo showed off how the combat in the game works with the Antorians. The Antorian ship also got into the action and attack. Very, very cool stuff. The game is also officially heading to the iPad, since the team ported it to the platform after realizing they didn't want to pass around their personal phones to demo the game at the show. Very, very cool. Star Command. You guys are into this series. Check it out. Thanks for the stories, Fish Twit. Next story from Christian Nomel. Assassin's Creed 3 screenshots leaked. Screenshots of that game, Assassins of Creedness, have been leaked. Again, this is going to be in America this time, in the colonial period, I believe. I forgot the exact time frame. I think it was a Revolutionary War. But yeah, some of these screenshots, let's take a look at some of them. Ooh, that's pretty. Them blue coats. And clicking next. Oh, you guys are shooting your guns. I'm just gonna sneak behind you. Just gonna sneak behind you. Nobody pay attention to me. There's him walking through the forest. I think I missed the first screenshot. Oh, cool. So we got a bunch of redcoats dead here, and he's just waiting for the right moment to attack. Cool screenshots. Thanks for that, Christian Nomel. THQ won't be around in 6 months, according to Gamefront. THQ strategy was licensed properties first and foremost. We talked about this, I think, in the previous show, how THQ was in trouble. License stuff from other people, whether it's UFC, WWE, and motion properties that make the game around that. The CEO explained that licensing property results in diminished profit margins as licensing costs increase over time with brand recognition. Yeah. The most important difference is quality. This is a quote from Zelnick. Take-Two has the highest quality ratings among third-party publishers, and according to Metacritic and most people in the industry, quality really matters. THQ has had some good game, but their quality levels aren't even remotely the wow. So he's basically saying their games are bad. Okay. Wow. Do you think Zelnick was being too harsh? I don't know. THQ's got some decent games, but I won't call them horrible. Thanks for the stories, Christian Nomad. Hajimoto. Medal of Honor Warfighter looks like a next-gen Battlefield. This Battlefield 2143? So Medal of Honor Warfighter looks like a next-gen developers of Danger Close have released 3 new screenshots to prove it. Player once again take on the roles of Tier 1 Ops. Screenshots portray military forces moving through a war-torn wreckage. It's slated to release on October 23rd for platforms. Let's take a look at these screenshots here. Yep, that's that blue. That's that engine. That's a good screenshot of some fire and stuff. And the last one. These are Xbox 360 shots, by the way. It looks good. I'll probably be getting Medal of Honor for the single player though, because I like the Medal of Honor reboot single player. Some people hated it, but I really liked it. Thanks for that story, Hajimoto. And let's fix that real quick. Make sure the chat room's back online. Confrontation hands-on preview, Windows PC. Confrontation hands-on. Is this page 1 or 2? Okay. So we've got some good screenshots of it here. Fantasy board games, tactical miniatures, pretty much all the things tabletop related. Based on the tabletop game from Rackham, Confrontation sets you in the mythical war-ridden land of Arklash. Here you assemble a team of 4 Griffin warriors, and you traverse the landscape in search of a way to stop the Scorpions from destroying everything. Beyond that, there's not much story that I can divulge after 2 levels, but I can tell you that's some gameplay mechanics. So you direct 4 people across the level. It's got a good look to the game. I really like the art. If anything, it looks really good. So if you're into this game, check this out. Confrontation hands-on preview for PC. You might like it. Thanks for the links, Hajimoto. Gados. Tribes Ascend release date. I think we talked about this. Yeah, we did talk about this. Tribes is going to be released this Thursday, April 12th. Yep. That's kind of an old story, so I'll move on to the next one. Neverwinter MMO. makes its debut as an MMO with action combat and gorgeous graphics. So this is, I think this is from Perfect World. They're going to be doing this, right? I think so. Oh, Cryptics, yeah, which is Perfect World. RPG and Cryptic were showing off the trademark Foundry tools. Lead producer Anna Velasquez kicks off the demo, showing how the game works. The releases of the class is a bit more spread out. Solid core that makes up the D&D roles of strikers, controllers, defenders, and leaders will be available at launch. Neverwinter will be free to play, and Velasquez mentioned League of Legends as an inspiration for this style of class release. Wow, man, League of Legends is the leader in this model. They got the free to play model down. Everybody's following their footsteps. These look like some really good screenshots. Yeah. So thanks for that link. Neverwinter MMO. All right. If that concludes all of our stories, well, guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's title time. Title time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles based on all those billions of stories we talked about. You guys come up with these snazzy titles and we vote on the best ones in the end of the show. Let's go. Okay, let's start reading these. Okay, let's go. PS3 Razer's into Amazon. Secret World of Secret. Super Smash. The All-Stars in Battle Royale. Notch crafts some science fiction. Brace yourselves. The Mass Effect 3 DLCs are coming. Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the Castlevania. Right time to be a Rongi. Blacklight Retribution is that hit sound. The Beardless Edition. Rongis are left out. ME3 DLC free G. Halo for you. ME3 dances on Bwana's head. A wild ad appears. It's super effective. PS3 instantly gets Amazon Video. The Secret World is not a secret to everyone. The Secret World is making a kickstart, taking pre-orders. The game isn't over. Woe is me, free DLC. The Secret World is no longer a secret. BioWare seeks attention by deploying a rogue ad. Rogue ads dance on Bwana's head. Prepare to die, PC owners. Raiders of the Lost Story arc has to dance on Bwana's head. The game is not over, folks. Game on THQ off. THQ, where are you? Notch, yo dog, I heard you like computers, so I put a computer in your computer game. Bwana sick and tired of Mass Effect. ME3 resurges with 2 free DLC. New ME3 ending? Wait on 0x10C. Computer souls, prepare to die. Left-handed raiders unite. Right-handed commoners shrug. Game going up, THQ going down. Notch goes E equals MC squared. Get your Halo on, the game's not lost. Borderlands 2 will include hats. Shut up and take my money. Red alert, road ad. Razer loves Southpaws. Torchlight locks horns with Diablo. BioWare's Resurgence packs a lot of packs. No Effect 3. BioWare explains everything but changes nothing. Necromancing with the stars. I heard you'd like to pay full price for half games. Let's play plop. Notch didn't want to get sued, so he called it 0x10 to the C power. Men all over the world rejoice as Borderlands 2 gets hats. Must fix all these leaks. Newcomer, PlayStation All-Styles Battle Royale. Mass Effect 3's DLC coming. Spec Ops, this is Spartan Ops. Newsflash, Korea is still dominating the world at playing StarCraft. Random as Secret World. P-Sharp, No, how about PBL? Borderline business practices. Prepare to die with your left hand too. Borderlands 2 is not too cool. Topping MA3 off with innings and hats. LOL's successful free-to-play model strikes again. Whew. Let's pick some. I don't think I have enough to choose from. It's just not enough titles tonight. Alrighty. I gotta make sure it doesn't scroll. Let's see. All right. I like that one. We're gonna go with this one. And let's get some more. I have to scroll back up because it scrolled down a little bit. There we go. Oop, that's not paste. Alrighty. Might go 4. Do. Alrighty. Alright, we're just gonna go with these 3. We're gonna go with these 3. So I don't think B George is here, so I'll take care of everything. Alright. Poll create 1, 2, 3. Alright, here are the 3 options. Don't do it yet until I start the poll. Don't do it yet until I start the poll. Don't do it yet until I start the poll. Don't do it yet until I start the poll. Don't do it yet until I start the poll. Okay, now. Woo, boy. Oh, B George is here. If you voted, you might want to vote again. Woo, boy, you guys wanted to vote in that, boy. Because Title Time brings out all the excitement. And yo, let's go. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote. We're voting for that best title. You can see the entries up here on my screen right now. Number 1 is A Secret World is making a Kickstart, taking pre-orders. Number 2 is Raiders of the Lost Story Arc. And number 3 is Borderlands 2 will include hats. Shut up and take my money. Yep, live.Bwana.tv's got a facelift thanks to the niffin of techs. The tech niffin. The tech niffin. The tech niffin. Alright, votes are kind of winding down just a tad. Give it about a couple more seconds. Yeah. We got this. Let's see what the results are. The winner is... Ooh, 2! By just 2 votes! Raiders of the Lost Story arc. Congratulations to Fish Twit. I do believe it was Fish Twit who came up with that title. Am I mistaken? Congratulations, Fish Twit. You are the winner of Title Time. You are the recipient of even more accolades. For them Game Chat with Bwana, that's because we don't have actual physical prizes, but we have them bragging rights that just they awesome. Them bragging rights are off the chain. Congratulations to Fish Twit. You have plenty of them. You know how to use them. Brag for a week. You are the winner of Title Time with Game Chat 1 episode 54. Raiders of the Lost Story arc. And that concludes episode 54 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here at live.bwana.tv. Make sure you come by the new revamped page. Thanks to the Niffins of Tex, the Tech Niffin. Live.bwana.tv, or if you're a user of Twitch, come to twitch.tv/Bwana. Same stuff. Chat room and embed is over here. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/Bwana. Or follow me at twitter.com/Bwana Live if you wish to be updated of when I go live. Because we also play games here. Follow me on Google Plus at +Bwana McCall. We also have a subreddit. Those of you who use Reddit, go to reddit.com/r/BwanaTV. We got some stories over there as well. And I highly encourage you to join our forums at bwana.tv/forums. Thank you everybody for coming by. We had a great time tonight. Lots of news. I don't think I've covered half of what was covered at PAX, but we try to get the highlights. Be sure to visit our forums. We post all types of news there as well in our gaming section. In our technology section, you'll see people posting links and stories and things like that all the time. So join our community. Thanks everybody for watching Game Chat with Bwana episode 54. If you have people, I know Twit had a show called Game On. And I think it was getting shut down because they didn't have a lot of viewers. So if you guys know people who watch Game On and like that content, send them over to Game Chat with Bwana and say, hey, Bwana covers gaming stories as well. Maybe not as good as those guys at Twitch and Game On, but I got my own twist on things. So check us out here at Game Chat with Bwana. We cover gaming news weekly all the time. That concludes our show. Game Chat Bwana episode 54. I want to thank everybody for coming by again, and I will see you all next week. Take care. Have a great week. Cut.